This is how you keep the tent warm.
Пошла
What's
съемка.
up, everybody? I'm gonna, well, heck, we're out and about in the snow. And I'm gonna make this video exclusive to English-speaking audience. Это видео будет посвящено эксклюзивно англоговорящей аудитории в большинстве, я думаю, да? So mainly this video will be English-speaking. And I'm just gonna do some reviews and talk about certain gear and such. So I'm gonna make a side note in Russian and I'll return to English. У кого будут какие вопросы, о чем я говорю, что я показываю, ребята, просто пишите в комментариях. И без обид. Как говорится, если вам не нравится, ребята, можете переключаться дальше. Anyways, let's get back to another video of Nixon Overland Adventures. I finally wrapped my head to AirB recovery gear, the deflator. So first thing that anybody going out snow wheeling should learn, deflating of the tires. So there are major factors that play a role in how much air you need to air down. One of the factors is your vehicle's weight. Number 2 is your tire size. Number 3 is your wheel size. Number 4 is your sidewall thickness or the rating. Number 5 is how soft is the rubber compound on your tire. Number 6, what kind of snow you're gonna be in. Number 7, see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a lot of factors. So when you're gonna say, hey Nixon, how low you air down your tires? That's a wrong freaking question unless you have the car that is built with same tires and same wheels and you're in the same conditions. That's all there is to it. Because literally it does not make a difference. There's a 4Runner will be at 10 psi what I could be at 5 psi and vice versa. Same thing with excursions and Hummers and whatever. So with all that aside, it's supposed to be dumping about 12 inches, promised 12 inches of snow overnight. I have my Chinese diesel heater that I've been testing out for some time. I'm gonna turn this off. Or is it better with lights on?
No, it's
Doesn't
safe.
matter. So I have my wife with me. She's the cameraman today, or on this trip. But anyways, I have my Chinese diesel heater that I'm gonna try to run to heat up the tent because I want to stay warm this night. Well, actually, I want to make it a warm tent for my wife because I can go in the cold. But nah, I'm getting too old for this crap. Whatever. I want a warm tent. Don't listen to anybody who says they can stake it out in the cold tent. And I have just the need for some snow. We're hitting first week of January. Means that it's time for what? Yes, it's time for snow. And as you look, our favorite area, the Alali area, now that every Joe Blow and his brother and cousin is out here, I mean, I don't care really. When it snows plenty, everybody will be out of here anyways. But we're out in our area, and I think we're gonna hit up to higher lakes, higher elevation, because I want to see as much snow as possible. So first thing first, let's air down and see how that goes. So AirB deflator, AirB Easy Deflator. It's a fairly simple tool. First step, you take your cover off, or whatever it's called, I don't know, whatever. Then you're gonna screw this part on, not this pull-out stem, but this part. This is the part that's gonna get screwed on onto the actual stem. This part slides, closes and opens airflow. Next thing is you're gonna take this stem and you're gonna rotate it until you feel it kind of going in deeper into the actual bleeder or whatever it's called. So, oh gosh, I need to get my terms better. So we're gonna screw that out. It's gonna pop it out, right? There it goes. So this thing controls the actual, so once that, gosh, ниппель по-русски. Блин, говорил, что по-русски не буду. The stem. So this thing is to remove the stem. That's the word I was looking for, right? So once you remove the stem, and I'll do another video of actually showing you how the stem looks and whatnot. So once you remove the stem, you can drop this. So when you lower it, it'll drop air pressure down. Now in my case, with this hard pack, I'm gonna go down. Gosh, I'm gonna go down to 15 because I want to still have firm tires fairly, and have still good grip. But I don't need to be at 5 psi. Period. I mean, I just don't need to be that low. So I think about 15 should be sufficient for me. So we're gonna drop down, and if you look at this gauge, right now it's showing 35. So as you air down, it just does not show anything right now, and then it shows 32 now. See, so we dropped 3 psi. So let's air down. I'm ADD. I like to be exact. So we're at 15. So now you're gonna take that part here, this one, right, and you're gonna start turning that in, so which will close up the stem. So once you got that tight, right, you can move this up and out. There's no air release, so you're all good and tight there. And now is the time to unscrew this part. Now, yes, there's a bunch of different deflators and such. So I'm not sure. Can they see this little 2 teeth right here? So those 2 teeth have to get around the stem. So when you're guiding it in to unscrew it, you have to line that up with the stem. And then the next part, when we do the next tire, I'll show what I'm talking about. So the goal is to get a little bit of, I call it the hamster cheek. I don't know, can you see my, so imagine my cheeks if I was a little bit fatter. I'll tell you the fat girl joke later. But imagine your cheeks, right? Like, no, don't imagine your cheeks. Go look at hamsters pictures, right? When a hamster has a bunch of food in their cheeks, right? They get a little cheeks, like they hang down. So you gotta get a hamster cheek on the tire. So come here from the side, like right behind me. So can you see a little bit of bloating, yeah, of the tire? So you gotta get that hamster cheek on the tire. That's your flotation right here. Now there's a huge difference. I don't know if you want to be on this light because it might be too bright in the camera. But there's a huge difference in all ranges of PSI because of your footprint. If you don't know how big of a difference it is, you can refer, there's a picture, there's a diagram or a picture floating on the internet. I'm sure if you, whatever Facebook group you're on or whatever forum you're on, and you'd be like, hey guys, anybody has that picture with different PSI ranges of the footprint, whatever, somebody will give that picture to you. But it's literally between like a 35, 40 PSI footprint to a 5 PSI footprint. It's probably almost doubles on your footprint. So the larger the footprint, the less ground pressure the vehicle is applying to the snow or to whatever the surface you're traveling on, means the less sinking the tire will do. And that's where all the goodness and the point of tire deflation comes in. So let's go to the rear tire, and I'm going to show you the usual way that I do it without using this tool. So go ahead, let's pause. So these are the 2 tools that I use. I mean, doesn't matter what gauge you want to use, really. I like this one because it's a little more precise and it's digital. It has a little light on it. But it doesn't matter which gauge you use, really. And this is a stem puller. And this is the piece right here I was talking about. Oh, I just dropped that, but it's okay. So these 2 teeth right here, that's where the stem will go. So let's pull a stem out and see how that goes. So the trick with this one is, you know, you have to be fairly well coordinated with your tires. I always suggest anybody who tries to do this is to carry extra stems in case you actually end up blowing it and losing it. In all my time that I've done it, God is my witness, I've never lost one. So that's why I usually just suggest to people. By pulling a stem, I believe, in my opinion, you air down the fastest, period. So let's try this. So this is what we do. We pull the stem. Now that AirB tool does exactly the same thing, but in a controlled environment so you don't lose the stem, right? So the whole thing is just like at a tire shop. You pull the stem out. tire goes. So see how the stem, can you see this exact moment? Hold on, hold it, hold it. Can you zoom on there? Yes. See how that lines up right there? Those two teeth right there, they line up on the stem, and that's what turns the stem, right? So I just air down with my stems pulled out like this. Turn the gauge on. Check the tire pressure. I'm at 24, so we still gotta go a ways to go. And this way, if you get really handy with this, I can pull 4 stems at a time, running around. And by the time my first tire is done air, by the time I pull the 4th stem out, my first tire is ready to have the stem put back in. And that's in the case when you need to really be fast on it. So with 17, 16, 15.5, that probably should be good. So, and then you just put the stem back in, and it'll click it. Listen. So, that's it. Stem is nice and tight. So, in my opinion, this is way faster than going with this part. This is definitely a new way for somebody to do it. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad way. I just find that the simplest, easiest tools to run with are the ones that the most functional. Now, if you lose a stem, in the case if you do it this way, if you have a spare tire with you, obviously you have an extra stem. But I always suggest carrying extra stems with you because that just prevents the issues. So we're gonna finish airing down and continue on the trail. Мы сейчас вообще хотим дерево утащить за собой.
You need to speak in English.
Ну да. We're gonna steal a tree. To take a tree, you need to use a tree saver.
Ага.
Ну да что, ага, надо сдавать назад. Когда до стропы я дотянусь, говори мне, хромать по этапу.
Давай, пару метров. Еще.
Фанкопа хватило.
Стоп! Ой, сильно, too much. Нормально.
А надо, что на стропу не заехал. Сейчас посмотрим, попробуем. Все. Так, я сейчас потяну. А ты
Давай.
смотри. Отойди назад.
Еще назад иду. Вау!
No, just joking. All jokes aside, hey, let's drag a tree to the campsite. Let's go, honey.
Let's go.
Можешь пробовать. We're gonna find another tree. Yeah? Honey.
You don't like this
We go
tree?
find one more tree. Bring it here. Let's go to the lake right there. Вон оно, озеро.
Зай, ты в кроссовках пошел.
Да, снег нормально. There's the lake. That's lake right there.
Смотри.
Ты видео пишешь, как
где
Дуська.
мы?
Ты видео пишешь.
Ну и что, а где мы?
Мы на Валы.
Дуська говорит. Ну какой свет хороший.
Hey, we're here. Приехали. Короче, the time is perfect. Look at the snow coming down. We dragged the tree with us, and I think I'm gonna pull maybe forward just a hair to level out the tent, and we're gonna set up with our view right to the lake. So I think we're gonna wake up to a pretty beautiful view this next following morning. And I'm still wearing my sneakers. I mean, the snow coverage is great. So hey, check this out. Huh. And this moment is brought to you by a wireless electric.
Can't see.
Oh, you can right here. Teet. Oh, come on! I need to plug it in. There it goes. Ta-da! And tent is coming up. CVT. Camp is where you park it. Here, go on from the other side. I think you might have a better angle. Or not.
Huh?
So you don't have the bright light from the lamp. I think you can see it pretty well here. There goes our tent. And nice.
Кружись!
Nixon делает snow dance. I'm doing my snow
Nixon
dance,
is happy.
and that's why it's snowing. So it's time to start doing the snow dance. It's time for Pacific Northwest to get some snow. I think it's about time. So we set up the camp. It's like what, 1 o'clock-ish, 12:30ish.
12:30
It's after
something.
midnight basically. It already dropped maybe about what, the log got just blown with snow, so that's probably about a good inch of snow, maybe even 2 already. Hooked up the heater back here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn the lights on. Well, oh, there we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
So the heater is on. Pipes are inside. So far it's nice and cozy inside. I don't think we're gonna have much trouble sleeping. It's gonna be very, to say the least, comfortable up there. So here's the heater setup. That's a diesel heater.
Good night.
Good night, you guys. Кто приехал?
Доброе утро!
А где остальные?
Вот там мы спали. На берегу. Зай, выгляни в окошко.
Это тетя кошка.
Собираемся. Давай, кидай.
Come here. Lay down. So I want, like back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing from the top, maybe a little bit. Like this. Крышку не надо, вот так просто, вот, видишь? Летают тут дроны. So, today, last night, I'm a little ill from.
Can see your face.
Okay, that's okay. So, the diesel heater, now come in here. So, diesel heater. This volume is, I'm not sure how much. Gosh, I'm gonna say like maybe gallon and a half. So this is how much I used overnight, right? I'm running off of a 105 amp hour battery, so I'm not using a whole lot of electricity. My rig still starts. What I did is I incorporated into this box so I can use it exteriorly, more convenient. And I have a couple of ports that I made for inlet and outlet. And that's about it. So anyways, this is the diesel heater setup that I used overnight. I mean, it seems like I didn't even use half of this jug that came with it, and I think it's a 5 liters, so it's roughly about, probably I'm gonna say like gallon and a half. So I mean, I used like a, gosh, 3/4 of a gallon, not even. So do your math. What's your diesel cost where you located? I incorporated the heater into this waterproof or weatherproof box, I'm gonna call it, instead of all the power supply lines and my thermostat, so I can run inside the tent. Then I plumbed it, so I just have these things open up right here, and you put a dry vent hose. I got a 16-foot piece, because you got to run an inlet and outlet to the same location, otherwise you're pulling in the cold air to warm up, and that's not fuel efficient, obviously. But this setup, basically I'm able to put it in here, and this is all still, you know, work in progress, but anyways, it does its job quite well. I'm not going to go into the whole detail, because if you want to find out all the details on this, research it on your own on YouTube, and you'll find out how a lot of other people done it, because not a lot of people have done it. So guess what? And I'm not going to open up my secrets. I'm just showing you generally how it is done. That's what comments are for. But in any case, I'm happy. I think wife is happy. I know, can you give him thumbs up in front of the camera?
Happy.
Yeah, she's happy.
Very happy.
It was warm. Even if it's too warm on the minimum setting, you can always vent the tent. Now the beautiful part about the diesel heater is that you do not have to vent a whole lot, because there's no off gas. Because it's a clean burning air, or clean heated air. There's no CO gases, so you don't have to worry about carbon monoxide poisonings or whatever it is, like you would have to be concerned about when you're using some kind of propane heater, like a body heater, or any of the other coil heaters or whatever. So more or less, the only issue with this setup is it creates noise through its exhaust, and it has like a ticker pump, just that kind of just drips oil into the burner. So those are the only two annoying things about it. But if you're annoyed by it, I'm not. But if you are, you can always use plugs, number one. Number two, last night it was so windy and snowy that honestly we didn't even hear the heater all that much, because there was just so much commotion going on outside and snow falling off the tent, which kept waking my wife up and myself. And it was quite an exciting night. So overall, generally, we're happy with what we got. So I have just a little bit of playing around with it left, and I think generally this will be a ripe setup for winter camping. And I'm going to show you what I did here. Basically, I found that why not utilize what you carry with you anyways. I mean, eventually maybe I'll make some kind of a setup that'll hold the heater up closer, better, or more convenient, or faster, snappier. In my case, what I did here is basically I utilized max tracks under my roof rack, and then just tied them in and put the heater right here, so I can run the hoses right into the tent. And in this setup, I don't have to, I don't have to build anything really. I mean, I think it was rather quick to have it done this way, without having to build anything. And like I said, it's convenient, so if I need to remove it or put a different location, if I really wanted to, I could probably put the heater even on the side if I wanted to. I don't even have to run it from the back. So, but in any case, that's a little quick recap on the heater. Thumbs up, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Кемпинг наш зимний. Красота. Beautiful, beautiful.
Переживал, что ли? Главное не забыть. Снега насыпал хорошо, как раз красиво. Вот сильно дуло ночью, поэтому, видишь, макушки не сильно белые.
Так, я уже боюсь.
Здесь нужно быстро идти.
Hello. Свежий снежок.
Carted that thing away in a flatbed trailer. Flatbed
When I
semi.
came out to Alborg,
Drove
I
out
had
onto
to turn
the-
on all the
onto
lights.
the
That's
desert,
one glitch, but it's
loaded
just
that thing
from
up,
the
it was
actual
just
S-Pod, not the wire or anything like that.
А там где-то плов готовится.
I saw the wreck. I saw a picture of the wreck. Well, we saw them setting up.
I know people will be saying on YouTube, remember this guy? Ah. А это будет плов. This will be a rice dish that this guy's been cooking. Andre, what are we cooking?
Plov.
Plov.
You cannot translate to English.
Because
Pilaf is not.
not the right name. Honey, you warm? Yes. So it's been a good day so far. Beautiful. Очень красиво сегодня. I guess somebody tried to walk out. The clouds are moving really fast. Very windy too, by the way. Вкусно? Tasty? Все молчат. Everybody's quiet because everybody's eating.
Yeah, вот еще. Но я захват просто.
Опа.
Можно так даже. А вот.
Simple.
Because these birds are still coming up here.
Ну ты кушаешь, Андрюша. Well, welcome to the end of our adventure. We started our video with the air down video, right? Or air down process, and we're gonna finish the video with the air up process. What compressor is the best? I said the best one is the one that you have. And then you can figure out which is better one of the best that you have, right? So with all the trial and error that I've gone through, I finally came to the point of actually forking out and investing into a proper compressor, which is the dual air B compressors with a air tank, and it's in a case, so you can take it to any vehicle you want, or in a case where you have a buddy who is missing a compressor or whatever need, you know, somebody else has air needs where you are. You're able to just take the case with you, give it to them, and they can do whatever they need to, so you don't have to be always attending to your vehicle. Another good thing is, in case if you ever like to swap vehicles like I do every year or every 2 years, you know, upgrade, you build a different Jeep, whatnot, you're not losing your compressor if it's built into your rig. You're not losing it to the sale. After all, I've had this compressor for probably, gosh, good 5 years now. Performed perfectly in the time that I've had it, and no complaints. And it is considered one of the faster, or maybe even fastest, probably, compressors on the market. So it's pretty simple. Connect your positive and negative. Click power button. Hook up the air hose. And wait for it to air up. And that's it, folks. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the ringy button, check out other videos. I'm probably gonna have little bubbles here with other video links and other playlists. So check all that out. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe, use common sense, use the buddy system. It's very good in case you get stuck. You just tell people where you're going, and stick to the plan. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to CVT for giving us the opportunity to be camping where we want to park it, so to speak, in the convenience, and I don't know, everything else and everybody else that participated. Thanks for tuning in.